Yeah.
So many people are having the experiences. What you talk about is people seeing dying loved ones, perhaps some premonitions, which we'll get into a little bit more. I'm assuming there were more than just the ones that you've shared. And how did you pick these ones?
Yeah, that was really difficult for me. So there were definitely some, of course, that I was very, very close to, like Carl, that, of course, they had to be in it. They were so close to me. But there's others where I had to really look at. I did the first 2 years of my career so that the reader could learn with me, learn hospice with me, and really start to understand how it is to walk into that first death as a hospice nurse and what all your thoughts and feelings are. And I wanted to do the first year so you could come with me as I learned to be more confident in my role. And so as I looked at those 2 years, I looked at point A, which is just very new nurse, pretty young, and very insecure in my role in many ways, to being more confident in my role and empowered. And I said, who are those patients that helped me get from point A to point B? And it made it much more clear that there were definitely some people who helped me believe in an afterlife, that helped me feel more confident in my role, who helped me personally, like Elizabeth, with telling me to eat the cake and overcoming those obstacles just to be a better person, which made me a better nurse.
And how do you, or it seemed like early on, you took more of the work home with you.
Yes.
What does that look like now? I mean, I so resonated with that as a therapist because I feel like I've been working clinically with people for over 20 years or almost 20 years, I think. And I'm like still trying to undo some of the early work that I feel like I took home with me that's still living inside of me in some way. So how have you, and the work you do is so, you're in there maybe for a short period of time, but it is probably, other than someone's birth, it can be the most, pivotal time in their lives, the most traumatizing time in their life and the life of the people around them. What do you do to separate from that and be compassionate and loving and caring and not take it home with you?
It's so difficult. I really struggled with that. And sometimes I do still have days where I do struggle with it. Like when we go on vacation and I'm like, oh gosh, I hope they don't die while I'm gone. I'm going to feel horrible about that. And I think for a long time, I also kind of beat myself up about it and would say, like, you have to stop this. You have to disconnect. And learning through therapy that it is okay to be a human and to have these experiences, and just learning that you can take the good with the bad. And as long as there's more good than bad, it's okay to just have bad days, but you don't also need to add another layer by beating yourself up over getting connected and having a bad day. And so there are days that I do get closer to people and I do cry about it. But I also think over the years, I used to really be on call 24/7. If someone needed me that were my patient, I would be on call for them 24/7. And I burned myself out doing that. And so now I've had to learn that I can trust my team, and I can trust especially the on-call team, that they are very competent nurses, which they are, and they will care for them the way I would care for them. And whenever I stay at 24 hours, I can't be the nurse that they need. It is much better for the patient for them to have a well-rested nurse.